The beautiful market town of Pershore in Worcestershire was the host stage on the time trial. 14.4 kilometers. Tristan Robbins was the first man to roll down the start ramp, the man that sits on the bottom of the general classification. Mitchelton Scott's Eduardo Affini was the 12th man to start on the stage. One of the favourites for the upcoming World Time Trial Championships was setting fast times around the course, and he came in towards the finish and set a new fastest time of 16 minutes and 39 seconds. That put the Italian in the hot seat. Mark Cavendish was enjoying the reaction of the crowd. A time trial winner in Crystal Palace way back in 2007. It was a solid ride from the Dimension Data man. No challenge in the general classification. Alex Dowsett, the British time trial champion, rolled away from the start. Another former time trial winner in the Tour of Britain. He went through the intermediate time check and he was 1 second up on Eduardo Affini. He caught Matt Walls on the run-in towards the finish. Dowsett's finishing time, though, would be a sign of things to come. And the way Eduardo Affini had finished his time trial, Dowsett crossed the line with a time of 16 minutes and 52 seconds. And the British time trial champion would eventually finish 7th on the stage. Another pre-race favourite, Jos van Emden, the Dutch time trial champion from Jumbo-Visma, rolled away from the start. Quickly catching his Minuteman out on the course, Van Emden came in towards the finish. He didn't manage to knock Affini off the top of the leaderboard, 16:55.12 for Van Emden. Dylan Van Baal had been in the breakaway on the stage to Kendall. Out on the course, though, Van Baal had set a new fastest time, but at the finish, it was 16:46.83, 7 seconds down on Eduardo Affini. He was still in the hot seat, and he would be there for most of the afternoon to come. The Mitchelton Scott man, could he be challenged by anyone for the stage? Sebastian Langefeld had also gone quicker at the intermediate time spec. He finished level on time with his fellow countryman Van Baal. Aussie time trial champion and teammate of Affini, Luke Durbridge, out on the course again. He had gone quick at the intermediate time split, but in towards the finish, it was 8 seconds outside his teammate's time. And Eduardo Affini was enjoying his time in the hot seat. Daniel Kangas was putting in the time trial of his life. He had gone fastest at the intermediate time check, but again, in towards the finish, he didn't manage to hold it, coming in just under 10 seconds down on the Italian. Gianni Moscon of Team Ineos would be the next rider to try and knock Affini off the top of the leaderboard. It wasn't to be. Moscon finished in 17:05.49. Pavel Sivakov, though, of Team Ineos, out on the course, was going quick. He was looking to try and move himself up the general classification. Not a stage win for Sivakov, but 16:56 would move him up to 3rd in the general classification, 9th on the stage. Niels Pollitt also moved himself up on the standing, 16:59.33. Again, not good enough for the stage win for Pollitt. He would move up to 5th. Mike Turnison in the individual effort. He had been working hard the previous day to deliver Dylan Groenewegen to another stage win. Turnison as well kept himself in contention with a 17:11 ride. Jasper de Boyce, best known as a sprinter, put in one of the most solid time trials we've seen from him for a while. 17:10.36 for Jasper de Boyce. He would only lose 1 place in the general classification. Could Mathieu van der Poel time trial? It's not something that we've seen the Dutchman do very much so far in his career. Van der Poel had lost the green OVO Energy leader's jersey the previous day, and he went into the stage 3 seconds down on Matteo Trentin. Through the intermediate time split, they were level on time with Daniel Kangas, and more importantly, level on time with each other. In towards the finish, Mathieu van der Poel had managed to carry his speed. It wasn't a stage win, but 16:51.81 could Trentin defend the leader's jersey behind. The effort clearly showing, but Mathieu van der Poel can also time trial. The final man to start, though, was Matteo Trentin. Managed to take back the leader's jersey the previous day by virtue of 3 bonus seconds. And he came in towards the finish. He was level on time at the intermediate split, but it wouldn't be enough. And Mathieu van der Poel would take over in the leader's jersey, but one of the most solid time trials we've seen from Trentin. He kept his hopes alive in this year's OVO Energy Tour of Britain. The stage, though, belonged to Edoardo Affini of Mitchelton Scott. A great result for the Italian. Edoardo Affini on to the podium. The 23-year-old Italian, his first ever stage victory in the Tour of Britain. Confirmation of your stage result. Edoardo Affini takes it by 7 seconds ahead of Sebastian Langeveld. Dylan van Baarle in third. Durbridge, Kangas, Van der Poel, Dowsett, Van Enden, Sivakov and Frieson were your top 10. It's another day in the green jersey. It passes back onto the shoulders of Mathieu van der Poel. And it's now 6 seconds over Matteo Trentin, 24 to Sivakov. Tomorrow's stage suits him perfectly.